Okay, we are back. I am feeling a little down in the dumps. I am sick. I was thinking of waiting out in order to put something out, like a mega video, because you don't want to be you really don't want to listen to me like, you know, doing that or something. Those noises, those disgusting noises, right? It's disgusting, but I really wanted to talk about what happened over the Champions League. So we're gonna power through this. And if anything, like if something disgusting happens, like I sneeze, I mean that's all. That's all in the editing there. So we'll work through this. My voice is gonna be a little maybe iffy. Yeah. Normally, when I wanted to shoot soccer talk, I was feeling really sick. So yeah, I pushed it off. I was like, you know what? Let's wait a couple days, and maybe like 2 days, and then we'll see how I'm feeling. First and foremost, we'll just get rid of like small little things like recently, last week, what happened last week. Iker Casillas, one of my favorite goalkeepers, probably at one point was my favorite goalkeeper, had a heart attack. So it's all good though. He did say, I think I saw like maybe yesterday. I think I saw like in an article where he's like saying to his family and his friends, "I'm all good," you know. But you know, stuff like that. It's not just a one-time thing. Hopefully, it doesn't happen again. So get better, man. Get better. Even if you are good right now, get better than better. Hazard confirmed going to Real Madrid. So there's that. As soon as leagues are finished, he will be a Real Madrid player. Well, I don't know if maybe it's the beginning of next season in leagues, or if it's like after this, you know, these leagues are done, he moves right away, and you know whatever tournaments are happening during club off season, he starts playing with Real Madrid. I'm not sure, but it's official. He's going to Real Madrid. That's a good player right there for them. It's a good first step to rebuilding Real Madrid for Zidane. He did say, you know, I was thinking about it. You know, I do want to play Real Madrid. It's been one of my dreams to play in Real Madrid, but I'm not so sure at this moment. This is when oh, I forgot his name. The other coach, Solari or something. Maybe. I don't know. I think it was something with an S. But this was before Zidane was the coach, before he came in. And then as soon as Zidane said, I'll take the job offer, I'll coach for Real Madrid, Hazard finally said, you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to go to Real Madrid now. It's a for sure thing. So that boosted up his you know, he was probably like 60% thinking of, you know, do I want to go to Real Madrid? But at this point, this Conte? No, it wasn't Conte. Was it? Damn, I can't remember. But he was on both sides. You know, maybe I don't want to, maybe I do. But as soon as he saw the Don go in, it's like, I'm going in with you, man. I'm going with you, bro. What else we got? I wanted to talk about, before we talk about the Champions League game. I mean, everybody already knows the results. I'm a little late, but that's okay. It's talk about my own opinions about the games. Obviously, we saw Barcelona beat Liverpool 3-0, devastating loss. I don't think Liverpool players deserve that kind of results, but it's Barcelona. It's at Camp Nou, and you know, Klopp said it's not a temple, but you know, well, you're right. It's not a temple. Camp Nou is not a temple. It's a sacred temple. But yeah, I don't know if you guys know that I didn't really get to see the game. I ended up watching the highlights, a couple highlights of it, and you know what I don't like is when people start booing their own players out. I mean, if it's like, I understand it at one point. I get it, like what they're on their side, but at the same time, I don't like it when you know, fans start booing a player out, especially a player from their own team. Coutinho, he was subbed out. Obviously, he didn't Once again, didn't play really well in the game. Wasn't in form. Who knows if it had anything to do with him playing against his ex club? But I mean, we've seen players playing against their ex clubs and then they score. And I love the whole. I'm not gonna celebrate. I'm not gonna celebrate. This is my old team. I'm not gonna celebrate. They do this kind of like, I don't know, gesture. I feel like it's like saying like it's cool. I'm not gonna do anything. I'm not gonna celebrate. Made a goal, but I'm gonna keep it cool. Which is pretty awesome. It shows respect to the other to your former team, and I don't know if maybe it's just been like the Coutinho hasn't been able to find the Barcelona playing style or something. Barcelona, spirit inside him. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm saying some corny stuff, but he hasn't been in form ever since he went to Barca. But that isn't an excuse for the fans to, boo him. I mean, that's the one thing I don't really like about Real Madrid fans. I'm a Madrid fan. They're my team. That's my team. That's my number one team in Spain. And I never, enjoyed how Real Madrid fans sometimes treated their own players. They would boo them. They would talk shit about them. Behind their phones and stuff, behind their TVs. I just don't like that. I just don't like that about when that involves with sports. Like any other sport as well, especially like MMA or boxing, fighting sports. When people are like, just recently there was Amir Khan versus Terrence Crawford, and people were bashing Amir Khan. You quit. Who knows what happened? He got hit with a low blow, and now we're moving into boxing. But he got hit with a low blow, and he said I can't continue to fight, or his corner said, let's end it. He was getting destroyed out there. He was getting outboxed, and obviously afterwards you see that he's beaten up. But then the people, the interviewers were saying you quit, and they started like yelling and I don't know. It felt like they were gonna start throwing tomatoes at him in the post interview, and even Terrence Crawford saw that that they were getting out of control, and he's like, what, you guys. Calm down. You guys weren't taking the punches. You guys aren't taking the punches. It's easy for someone to, talk shit about the performers, the players out there, the athletes. But unless you've been there in those situations, it's different playing in a soccer field, playing a soccer game in a like professional soccer field, professional stadium and stuff. Blabbering. Then if you played on a high school team or a middle school team or just at the park, because you're not having so many like spectators watching you and all that noise and people knowing that millions and millions of people are watching on TV. It can get you nervous, and yeah, they're professionals and they should be used to it, but sometimes playing in different leagues, it's different. Leagues are very different. English Premier League, I said it before, it's tougher, tougher than La Liga for Coutinho to go from like a tough league to a much easier league, in my opinion. I don't know. It just didn't work. Maybe it's the weather or something from England to Spain. I don't know what it is. Terrain or something. I don't know. But he just hasn't been able to. Some people have it, some people don't. To play in Barcelona. I like it how there was one thing that Messi said before. He said when Arthur was coming in, he said, what? As soon as he came into training grounds, I immediately saw that he had it. He had it in him. He had that whole Barcelona, playing style. He understood how he played. It's different. It's just different. Even Ronaldo said it. Like he got used to playing with Juventus right away. But in the beginning, if you noticed, he didn't. He was a little sloppy, and for a world-class player like him to be sloppy in the first game or something, or even on training on the pre-season game that they had for the fans or something. I remember this. It was a game. I forgot what they call it. It's tradition for Juventus though. But he was a little sloppy. He didn't even score a goal in his first game. So it's different, and yeah, Coutinho hasn't adjusted, but there's no reason for fans to start booing him, or how they say in the term in the article was whistle at him. And Messi ended up defending him. It's not cool. I don't like, he said something in the words of like, I don't like it when, people are whistling at my own players and my own teammates because he's like family to, like, they are family. It's kind of like they are a family, especially with Barcelona. They're like, I don't know. Barcelona has this magic feeling. I don't know, like it's a whole different. Barcelona's is different. It's not just like any other team. It's Barcelona. It's got that Barcelona effect. That makes you feel like you're part of a family or something. Because you see in other clubs that people, even their own players, tend to disrespect each other, their own teammates. But I don't know. It feels different in Barcelona. At least how I see it. I don't know how it would feel like if I played there or something. But yeah. I don't know. That's just my opinion. I don't know what you guys think. Maybe you guys don't like Coutinho either, but if you're Barcelona fans, but I feel for him. I'm with Messi. That shouldn't be a lot. That shouldn't happen, especially if you're. I expected better. I speak a lot about Barcelona, like I just did, like highly, and I expected better from the fans, and for them to do that to him is just, I don't know. It's not cool. Now I'm kind of feeling like. Barca fans are the same as Real Madrid fans. They're not that different. But who knows? I don't know. I mean, if I offended you, like whatever, I don't care. It's my opinion. Moving on. I'm gonna defend Coutinho, man. Come on. All right. What do I got now? Europa League results. I was gonna talk about. Barcelona. Barcelona became champions of La Liga last weekend. Yep, Atletico Madrid did win. So, Barca, if you remember, I was talking about it. All they had to do was win that game against Levante, and they would be champions of La Liga. Depending on how Atletico Madrid did, it depended if they were going to win or, need 2 points, need 1 point if Atletico tied, or if Atletico lost. They were already champions, win or lose or draw. But, Barca won. Either way, they became champions. So there you go. Barcelona champions of La Liga. And I believe they'll be champions of the Champions League as well. If you remember a while back, I did say they were my number one pick. So there's that. But let's talk about Europa League results. We had Arsenal versus Valencia, which ended 3-1. And Frankfurt and Chelsea tied 1-1. I didn't really get to see these games. I was working, so pretty much how I predicted is happening. Yes, Chelsea and Frankfurt tied, but once Chelsea plays Frankfurt at home, I think that's where Chelsea will get the win. And in aggregate, they advance to the finals, where Arsenal is already ahead of Valencia 3-1. I don't think Valencia can. They can, but we'll see. It's going to be Valencia at home, so it could make a difference, but I'm still going to go with Arsenal, and then Arsenal versus Chelsea in the final, where I think Chelsea can beat them. So, and win Europa League. As far as final league, Champions League, let's talk about Ajax versus Tottenham. First of all, I saw this thing a post where they said Liverpool had the highest chance of winning the Champions League. Barcelona was second, and then Ajax, and last was Tottenham. So Tottenham was actually the least chance to win the Champions League out of all four. For me, I was thinking the opposite way. I thought Tottenham has a bigger advantage than Ajax, but I'm going for one. Ajax is my favorite team in Netherlands, so I was obviously going for Ajax, but not just for that. I just love a team that is, made up of more younger players. I always, whenever I play career mode in FIFA, I always like, putting in the younger players over the veterans, especially if the veterans are over 30 years old. I'm biased like that. I like to put in I like to play the young players first, starters or even subs, and I like to bring them in. I like to, build them up. That's just the type of coach I was in career and still am whenever I'm playing career mode right now. I was brought in, but asked to coach Russia, and too many players over 30 or 30 and over, not enough players who are younger. So I rebuilt the whole national squad and made it a little bit more even. Yes, I kept more some of the 30-year-olds and still starting them, but I brought in a little bit more younger players, even if their stats are lower than the previous players in the team. I just love playing the younger squad, so I'm all about the younger squad. So Ajax has my my support there. As far as I saw the game, so first half was definitely dominated by Ajax. They were playing beautiful possession. They had possession majority of the game, majority of the first half. So there's that. That's where the first goal came in. So it was 1-0 first half. Goal by Van den Bleek, I think that's his name. Kind of maybe a little bit controversial in the beginning because of, they were thinking offsides, but once they used the line system thing, clearly it wasn't. And I just felt like the first half was really dominant over Tottenham, and they just needed a little push during when they're in the locker room, which I think they did get, because by the second half they got better. It was more Tottenham playing that second half than Ajax. I think Ajax was more towards, they were more pushed towards defending and keeping that 1-0 score, which I think at one point they almost scored a second goal. They did almost score a second goal by Neres, and just hit the post and came out. If only it would have hit the post and gone in, but that would have sealed the deal. That would have sealed the win for Ajax. I think that if they had scored that goal and they ended 2-0, they would have gone to the finals. There would have been a finals for them. So now, obviously they're playing in Tottenham, so in London. So now they're going to play in Ajax, Amsterdam, in the next game. So I think this gives them an advantage for sure. Winning 1-0 against them away gives them an advantage. So especially since they'll be going at home, they'll be playing home next. So Tottenham, overall in my opinion, I think Tottenham should have aimed for that tie, for that draw, or a win. But a loss puts them in an advantage, even if they won. So if Tottenham would have won, I think that would have put the game a little bit more even. Give them a better chance of going to the finals. But now that they are under one in aggregate, they're gonna have to do some work. As far as I think Ajax is gonna pull it off overall, so we'll be seeing them in the final against obviously Barcelona, because that is my number one pick. As far as the game with Barcelona and Liverpool, I talked about it a little bit. Ended 3-0. I didn't get to see the game full 90, so I had to end up watching it in highlights. And I mean, based on the highlights, both teams played well. Liverpool did not play bad. They played really well also. So it just happens that they were playing in Camp Nou. Barcelona had the advantage, but they did push Barcelona players to their limit. They did end up pushing them to pretty hard. So Liverpool did not play bad. 3-0, almost 4-0. Surprising loss for Liverpool and a surprising victory for Barcelona. Like I said, they did not deserve those results. But people were watching. I mean, goals from Suarez. Obviously scored on his former club. Like I said, Coutinho could have scored in his former club as well. That was two players that were from Liverpool. Suarez was able to do it. Coutinho was not in form. I already saw my opinions on the whole Coutinho situation. 2 goals from Messi. 1 goal wasn't the best goal, especially being close to his 600th goal record. But a goal's a goal. As far as it went, it hits Suarez in the knee. I think a cross that hit Suarez in the knee, and it was going in, but it hit post, came back, and Allison was distracted, from the whole confusing play there, and Messi was just in the right spot at the right time, to get the rebound and easily score a second goal for Barcelona. The third goal was the goal that was really impressive from Messi, and beautiful free kick, without a doubt. People were saying, there was a little article saying Eagle Knight fans caught Messi cheating or something. The foul was not in this. The ball was not in the position where he got fouled, where it should have been. But even from that distance, it doesn't matter. It's saying that he had a slight advantage putting it 5 yards closer, but it was still 35 yards away. I believe it was still 35. Definitely over 30. So from that distance, still pretty hard to score on Allison. Allison, who is probably the best keeper right now, the best keeper of this season for Premier League, in the Premier League. So it says a lot. People can say, Messi might have pushed a little bit. I don't know what kind of fans was that, but I mean, it's no easy task either way from that distance against Allison. So that's still an impressive goal. It was a goal that just, he dove really good. He really did dive really good. But it's one of those shots where, it goes just right at the corner of the goalpost. And it's impossible. It's kind of like that, Mexico goal that Giovanni Dos Santos scored against the United States a couple of years ago, where, he chips it and it just beautifully goes in that corner. Even the defender, he tried jumping for it and wasn't enough. It's perfect from the ball, post to head distance. It's just a good free kick. It was a pretty sick free kick. Being not a Barcelona fan, even though it does sound like I am, I gotta give respect to Messi on that. And I don't know why people still hate on both Ronaldo and Messi. I think they're both great players. They're both, they people say one is the GOAT, the other is the GOAT. They're going to go with the statistics. One is better than the other. But you know what? It's all different stuff. Messi has been playing for Barcelona since the very beginning. He's never left. La Liga is not the most competitive league out of the 5. It's probably the second, but it's not the best. It's not the most competitive. Then you got people saying Ronaldo has played in 4 different leagues, 3 of them being major, of top 5 Europes. But you can say different things about them. They're both great players, and I don't know why people are arguing over which one is the best. Let's just enjoy them both while they're in their last couple years, because their era is about to end. And Mbappe's is just about to start. No, I'm just kidding. A brand new era will start, but Mbappe will be a part of that, and let's just enjoy Messi and Ronaldo, because you know what? When I was growing up, I was in the era of Zidane, Ronaldinho, Ronaldo, the original number 9, the number 9 Ronaldo, David Beckham. And, it's crazy to think these guys aren't playing anymore, and Thierry Henry, I can name a lot, and Pirlo. It's crazy because back then I would be in those arguments oh no, this guy sucks, oh no, this guy, I hated Zidane for a while, because of the header he did in the 2006 World Cup, but then I forgot to realize how great of a player he was, and now he's showing it with his coaching skills, and he really is a great player. He would be on my if I had a top 5 a futsal team, including a keeper and including a keeper and 4 different other players, Zidane would definitely be on that list for me. Even though I did hate him for a bit, but people, we just gotta enjoy Messi and Ronaldo while they're still playing, well, great and amazing. Let's not just hate on them. I enjoy both of them. It's funny. I was telling Aldo this one time when I was with my cousin, I talked to him because he's a Ronaldo fan. He's always saying Ronaldo's the GOAT. I always say, Messi's the GOAT. Messi's the best. I always counter argue with him. But then let's just enjoy, Messi and Ronaldo while they're still here. But anyway, going back to the Barcelona-Liverpool game, people were so focused on, yeah, it's a wonderful free kick, but Barcelona would not have won 3-0 if it wasn't for Ter Stegen and, I mean, Rakitic. The defense, the defenders, Rakitic's save, right? I remember one of his saves. It was just fucking amazing. It was like perfect. You know, they got through Ter Stegen, but then Rakitic just there saying, yeah, you got through a keeper, but you know what? You still got to go through me. That's cool. So, you know, Ter Stegen, amazing blocks that he had in that game. He had a really good game. So, yeah, we can always say that was a good moment for Messi, hitting that 600th goal record right there in that game. But, and finally scoring on Liverpool as well. But, you know, Ter Stegen, Liverpool just could not get past Ter Stegen. And I think, you know, people forget about the keepers, but that was Ter Stegen's game as well. But again, next game will be in Anfield with Liverpool's, I believe it is Anfield, correct me if I'm wrong, but it'll be Liverpool at home. They're going to have to do some work if they want to make it to the finals. I don't see it happening, but it is possible. Anything can happen in a football game. You know what they say. No football game is the same. So there's that. But I still think Barcelona is going to get to the finals. I think that last opportunity they had with the play with Messi and Dembele. Dembele shooting it straight to Alisson. You know, if they scored that fourth goal, that would have been it. That would have been straight to the final right there. But it's all right. Good game. But yeah, who do you think is gonna win Champions League? What are your thoughts on, you know, what could happen? So yeah, Ronaldo or Messi, who's the best? Nah, just kidding. Don't do that. I'm not gonna trigger anybody. I don't want to trigger nobody. But yeah, number one pick, winning the Champions League, Barcelona, Chelsea for Europa League, and I mean we'll see what happens with the race between Liverpool and Man City. Also, Bayern Munich and Borussia Dortmund. Don't forget about them either. But yeah, Man City and Liverpool probably more exciting for me than the German one, but the Bundesliga. But yeah, that's soccer talk now. See what happens next week. Action going on, so make sure to just, yeah, you know the stuff. Alright, cool.